Welcome to Tech Toys 360, your VIP access to the most innovative toys of the 21st century. We scoured the globe to bring you the best in technical gadgets, super distinct products, and uber powerful vehicles. From the progressive to the inspiring. So sit down, strap in, and prepare to experience the latest in tech toys. On this episode of Tech Toys 360, discover the next electric superbike, the ultimate off-road adventure vehicle, solar power charging ahead, a helmet saves lives, an invention changes water sports forever. Bicycles of all shapes and sizes have been a favoured mode of transportation and enjoyment for several centuries. However, the revolutionary Terminus hybrid electric bike by M55 Bike of Hungary raises the bar for all bikes with its unique blend of hybrid human and electric power. Inspired by off-road bikes and motocross worlds, M55 combines the human and mechanical elements in its proprietary Pedelic System. The Terminus powers up by simply pedaling. This triggers the battery cells to engage the 1300-watt motor. And away we go. The Terminus is brilliantly engineered, owning a computerized torque sensor that communicates to increase its power to the brushless DC motor. The M55 is the culmination of 4 years of intensive work by the best of industrial design experts.
First of all, the special drive system. You have to pedal to have the motor going, so there is not a single switch with which you can switch on or off the motor, but you control the motor with your pedaling. The harder you pedal, the more torque you get.
The electric hybrid Terminus combines elements from mountain and motocross bikes, then tacks on some serious high-tech electronics.
The head of the company had a really focused vision about the design and the working of this machine. He was a mountain bike rider, and then he had a kind of an injury, and he went to riding motocross, and he wanted somehow to fuse to mountain biking and motocross.
The Terminus is manufactured by hand in Hungary. Nearly each state-of-the-art component has been specifically created for the Wonder Bike. The Terminus frame has a self-supporting car structure, housing the battery pack and the power assist drive system. The frame construction is comprised of several space-age elements, including titanium and carbon fiber. The heaviest part, the electric motor, is positioned within the frame, hiding the unit, thus further improving the aesthetics of the bike's design.
The manufacturing of this bike takes quite a lot of time due to the CNC machining technology. CNC machines work more than 1 week to forge only one frame.
The M55 Terminus has 2 pre-programmed drive modes: Turbo for high-performance use and Eco for casual cruising and touring. The energy to the motor is provided by 8 specially placed A123 battery cells. This special type of battery cell is in a premium category, used only in the hybrid drive car industry.
Very limited edition bike, only 55 will be made of this model. It makes you feel like a Superman when you're pedaling.
Built specifically for those who value the best in performance, design and aesthetics, M55 raises the bar for electric hybrids and throws down the gauntlet to all challengers in the field. Technology has enabled man to command nature. And when it comes to the vehicles that transport us in the great outdoors, Bombardier recreational products have been at the forefront of innovation. Residing in Valcourt, Quebec, BRP has been pioneering advanced personal transportation vehicles for over 70 years, from sea to dirt to snow. BRP's off-road Can-Am is blazing a new trail with their highly advanced generation Outlander ATV series. This all-terrain vehicle's safety and performance has combined to redefine the off-road driving experience. Fully re-engineered, this trail conqueror places the rider in full control, with advanced features that are capable of handling the sudden uncertainty of nature. Passion and innovation are a way of life for Can-Am.
Well, innovation is something that Can-Am is known for in the ATV world. We've brought many new firsts to the industry. This one is no different. Everything that we could, we brought to a new level.
This off-roader owns a highly advanced four-wheel drive system, able to handle nearly any rough terrain nature provides.
This machine is made to do it all. No matter the trail conditions, no matter how rough the trail is, no matter how wet and soupy the trail is, this machine is designed to handle everything that is brought to it.
Innovation has put the Outlander in a class by itself.
When we try to quantify how much time and effort's been put into it, it's hard because it's really decades of research and testing.
The bold look of the Outlander is more than just skin deep. These beasts are powered by a V-twin Rotax engine that gives top-of-class performance, up to 82 horsepower. The Outlander features the latest in safety and performance technology, with its dive-controlled geometry. This groundbreaking feature gives the rider control as it turns corners and encounters unforeseen dips. The Outlander's dual-stage airbox filters dirty air, keeping the powerful engine working at peak performance at all times, even in severe conditions. This four-wheel marvel features dual-mode power steering, independent rear suspension, and cast aluminum wheels, with sport radial tires that grip the road even in the harshest conditions. This ATV has 5.7 gallons of built-in storage, plus specially designed composite racks with an anti-skid. Can-Am's forward-thinking team of engineers and designers have taken technology to the next level. The wilderness can be a foreboding and hazardous environment that man and vehicles would shy away from. Until now. The Outlander all-terrain vehicle has arrived with power and performance that work harmoniously together to create an incomparable outdoor experience. Coming up next on Tech Toys, a revolutionary backpack that uses Mother Nature as a primary source of power. And we'll travel to the UK to discover an innovative motorcycle helmet that helps save lives. From the dawn of time, man has relied on the Earth's natural resources to survive and thrive. Beginning with the discovery of fire, finite sources of energy have taken their turn as the driving force for civilization's relentless expansion. Coal, natural gas, oil, and other fuels have allowed mankind to make considerable advances, but many times at a high cost. The sun is a limitless source of clean energy, ready for the world's population to take note and take charge. The bombastic energy from the sun has enabled one forward-thinking company to make solar power a mobile energy source for the modern consumer. From the inventive minds at New York City-based Voltaic comes the brilliantly designed and technologically superior solar-charged backpacks. Led by Maverick CEO Shane McCade, Voltaic has put forth a collection of inspiring and innovative products.
Voltaic is basically a solar charger company, but as you see, primarily solar bags. The idea is that if you have the panels on the outside of a solar bag, then as you're moving around in the sun, you're hiking or you're commuting, whatever it is, you're generating a charge. That charge is stored in a battery inside the bag, and then you can connect your iPhone, your camera, your iPad, your laptop, and you've got essentially a mobile solar generator.
Voltaic's rugged backpacks are geared to those world travelers who go off the grid, or to those everyday consumers who are looking for the conveniences with our personal electronics.
The inspiration for the product was really nothing to do with my background. I had no experience in product development or anything else. I was interested in solar, and I was messing around with solar chargers, and the original format for a solar charger was like a little fold-out thing, and you would plug your cell phone in and you'd have to sort of set it up in the sun. I realized my bag was getting more sun than the actual charger, and so it occurred to me that really the panels should be on the outside of my bag, always in the sun, and everything else should be inside my bag, always connected. You know, I sketched up some ideas, I bought some bags I liked different components of, and went looking for a manufacturer. And once you get to those factories, they can pretty much turn around in a few days. And it was really inspiring, you know, seeing my idea come to life and come back to me in product form after a couple of days.
These ingenious panels absorb the sun's energy and convert it into electricity, which is stored in high-temperature tolerant batteries, housed within the bags and backpacks. The advanced battery charges and stores your energy even while you're on the go.
The charge in a lithium-ion cell will store for months. Even up to 6 months, you'll still have charge left from a full battery, which is great. So it's ideal for emergency preparedness and that sort of thing.
PDAs are then connected to the battery via one of the several USB ports, and within a short period of time, the devices are fully charged. A laptop requires 2 hours of stored sunlight for an hour of power, while a tablet needs only 1 solar hour, and cell phones get up to 3 hours of talk time from only 1 hour of sunlight. Voltaic bags are manufactured from recycled PET, basically old soda bottles.
When looking for a sustainable material that we could use for our products, we needed something very durable, lightweight, waterproof. PET was the ideal solution, and not least because there's a huge waste stream of that material coming through. But nobody had used it to make a fabric heavy enough to build a bag from. And so I searched the world for a good 6 months before I found a supplier, wound up in the countryside of Taiwan at a little mill, working with them on sort of getting a recycled PET fabric made. And now it's actually quite common to see recycled PET in bags.
Voltaic's solar technology is expandable, and the company is gearing up to unveil their next big thing, the solar light. The solar light is a solar-paneled light source, constructed of recycled aluminum and featuring easy-to-change nickel-metal hydrate batteries.
And this is an opportunity for us to have a serious environmental impact because 1.6 billion people around the world are using kerosene to light their homes, typically in developing countries. Solar has now gotten to the point where the cells are cheap enough, the batteries are cheap enough, and the LEDs have gotten very efficient. And so we can now produce a solar light at a price that's low enough to be an alternative to kerosene.
Simply hook to the top of the tent, hut or home, charge all day, and use the light at night.
So every 10 kerosene lights we can replace with solar is a ton of CO2. And once you look at this entire market of 1.6 billion people living without electricity, light is the first thing you need. So there's the potential for an enormous environmental and social impact.
Voltaic's revolutionary products offer mobility, environmentally friendly materials, and clean, sustainable energy. Solar power is the future of energy, and Voltaic stands at the forefront of the solar revolution. Meandering down the roads of the English countryside, we discover the most radical advancement in motorcycle safety in decades. Cruising on 2 wheels on the open road, with nothing between the rider and the road, motorcycles have long developed a reputation for safety issues. Taking a huge step in motorcycle safety is the Reevu MSX1 rear-view mirror motorcycle helmet. Never before had serious consideration been given to integrating a rear mirror system into the shell of a helmet. That is, until now. The MSX1 helmet allows riders to maintain awareness of traffic conditions behind them in the same way a car driver uses a rear-view mirror. This futuristic-looking motorcycle helmet is the brainchild of innovative global motorsports company Reevu. Based in the northeast of England, Reevu launched the MSX1 Motorsport helmet, a culmination of over 10 years of research and development and an investment of over £2 million.
Its advantages are that obviously you can see behind you with the use of the mirror, which refracts over the top of the helmet.
Reevu's rear-view technology has taken the motorsports industry by storm. These groundbreaking helmets overcome riders' sensory deprivation from loss of peripheral vision and hearing while riding at high speeds.
This is the first safety feature that I've ever come across that I feel has been correctly applied. It's such a simple idea, and it's been built into a motorbike crash helmet very unobtrusively. It doesn't affect wind noise. In fact, this is probably the quietest helmet I've got.
The MSX1 does not rely on any electronic systems cameras or screens. Rather, a patented reflective polycarbonate device that seemingly bends the view of the road behind and presents a clear image to the rider. Historically, helmets have had clip-on mirrors and other external devices, all of which had inherent weaknesses.
I've now found that this helmet from Reevu opens up new avenues of safety. In actual fact, it works in a similar principle as a mirror in a car. Without having to look in it, you actually know that there's something traveling behind you.
The challenge in creating the MSX1 was to achieve the revolutionary technology design within the very limited space of a helmet. The mirror is permanently located just above the rider's eyes in the brow of the helmet, hanging down above the eye opening. The top of the helmet liner is sculpted so that there is a line of sight back from the mirror through the clear top section at the rear of the helmet. The rider can see behind himself by glancing up into the rear view mirror. The unique multi-mirror system fitted within every MSX1 helmet is manufactured from a reflective polycarbonate material rather than glass. The mirror on the MSX1 can be rotated back and forth with a small hex screw that allows the entire front part of the rear view mirror to move up and down for a custom fit. The rear of the helmet is a large mirrored cover designed to mute headlights at night. Each helmet is hand-assembled in Italy with a focus on aerodynamics and style. The MSX1 exceed the most rigorous safety and construction standards, creating a new benchmark in preventative road safety. The helmet allows riders to experience the open roads at breakneck speed, secure in the knowledge that they're protected by the most ingenious advancement in motorcycle safety. With comfort, safety, and head-turning good looks, the MSX1 Reevu helmet is pure ingenuity. Next up, we visit San Diego, where an ingenious new product has changed water sports forever. For decades, surfers have stood tall on their boards and sought the unparalleled rush of catching and navigating powerful ocean waves. The majesty, power, and unpredictable nature of waves makes surfing an addictive thrill that many claim is unrivaled by anything else on Earth. But before one can hang 10 and experience the thrill of a lifetime on a surfboard, there's the arduous task of paddling out from the beach to where waves form. Now that's changed. Paddling is now relegated to the dustbin of history with the revolution of the WaveJet personal propulsion system. This innovative product is the brainchild of Mike Rayleigh, WaveJet's CEO and an avid surfer who desired a surfboard that would allow him to catch the waves more efficiently than paddling.
About 10 years ago, I was doing some tow and surfing, and it took quite a commitment. You had to have a truck and a hitch and a place to launch it and someone to pull you into the wave. So I decided to take the technology that was in the Wave Runner that we were using and put it in my surfboard.
With that simple goal in mind, Rayleigh created WaveJet, a twin lithium-ion battery-powered motor system with wireless technology that can be installed in surfboards. But concept to product was a long road, one littered with many prototypes.
So over here is my first iteration. You can see it's real rough. Got my wife's Tupperware and a couple sparklet jugs housing the motor. And a lot of my friends thought, you know, this thing's just gonna blow bubbles, Mike. It's not gonna push a big heavy person around. And even though it did leak and only worked for a couple minutes, during that couple minutes, I felt the thrust and I knew there was a promise there that this really could be something and maybe change surfing forever. On our next edition, we made a hatch on the top. It would glue down, and then we had a screw-off deck hatch so we could get at it for maintenance, for charging, and to turn it off and on. We even had a remote control on this one where I used an off-the-shelf item and just made it work with our system.
The WaveJet is a detachable pod, which can fit into any WaveJet-ready surfboard, as well as numerous other watercrafts.
Yeah, the pod did take a life of its own. It's actually fairly organic. We thought at first it was just going to be a bread box, square, and pop into the bottom. because of the surfboard, you have these thin rails. We wanted to make it so it was domed, so it was only high, that 3 inches high at one point. That way we could taper the rails on whatever watercraft and make it conventional. And we came up with a very unique attachment method. It's much better than I could have ever imagined. We are using positive and negative shapes to hold it in. This clip right here, once I slide it in and fill the void, the clip won't allow it to back out. So then when I want to take the board out, I simply depress the clip and it will allow it to back out. So this is how you do it. Now it's in. And if I want to remove it, I simply depress the clip on the back, and now it's out.
The WaveJet is manufactured with polycarbonate materials. With its arch shape, this power pod is strong and durable enough for even the most wave-obsessed individuals. The WaveJet is a dream come true for surfers, allowing them to conserve their energy and spend more time surfing.
It gives you some propulsion, some forward propulsion. So when you go out to surf, I'll usually paddle through the whitewater, and once I clear the whitewater, I'll turn it on. It'll take me out to the sets, and I'll turn it off, and I'll wait for a set. Now, most surfers will just sit and bob up and down waiting for a set. As soon as I see something on the horizon, I turn it on and engage it, and I go and chase the wave down. I get in the correct position and catch the wave. And I even leave the motors on while I'm on the wave. It'll speed you through sections and make it so you can make every wave and catch every wave. With a traditional board, you may paddle out and hope to catch a wave about once every 10 minutes. With this extra help, you're able to catch a wave just about every 2 or 3 minutes because you don't have to sit in one spot. You're able to work up and down the coastline. It doesn't take a long time to paddle out. You may even catch another wave from the same set. You kick out, and it doesn't take long to get out, so whoom, boom, you're right back on another wave again. So you can literally be exhausted within an hour and a half. What would normally have took you maybe 3 or 4 hours of surfing, you can get done in about an hour and a half.
WaveJet's ingenious twin pump system pulls water in using suction and expels it via twin exhaust nozzles. Just turn it on and hang on tight as your point blasts through water like a mini speedboat.
Right, what makes this work is the formula. Finally, the new technology makes this light enough and powerful enough so that you can ride waves without having the weight affect anything. We're using brushless motors. There's no friction there, so they can last almost forever. What it does is they're actually pumps. So we have twin pump systems here, which pull the water in here and expel it out here. A lot of people, including myself, when I first got into this, thought that the water coming out of the back was what was pushing the wave runner. Turns out it's more like a water rope. As the water's pulled in, it's pulling along like this. This is merely the exhaust.
The electric WaveJet uses a patented propulsion system to push the water through the suction tubes and out the exit nozzles.
If you look at the exit nozzles here, they're oblong. We did that for the profile. We wanted to keep this as small as possible so we can keep it and fit it in a regular watercraft. Now, we thought maybe the oblong would take away a little bit of the thrust. If we found out it actually pressurized the water in the nozzle and we increased the thrust.
The WaveJet's battery allows 40 minutes of runtime and has a top speed of 7 to 10 miles per hour. The batteries recharge in 3 hours by plugging it into an ordinary outlet, and then it's right back into the waves. It utilizes C-tooth technology to turn the system on and off with ease.
Our communication device is utilizing brand new technology from Scotland. It's called C-tooth, and much like Bluetooth, it will establish a link with the pod. The difference from Bluetooth to C-tooth is they can penetrate salt water. What it does is it establishes a link, and you're able to turn it off and on once a link is established. Then when you fall off the board and get about 10 or 12 feet away, the link is lost and it turns off on its own, so you don't have to worry about a runaway board.
WaveJet is also designed for use in a range of personal watercraft, including bodyboards, stand-up paddleboards, kayakers, and rescue boards. Not only does it make surfing easier, it can actually save lives. Coast Guards are now on the lookout for the WaveJet. This revolutionary technology gives one a greater control over their sport. As a quiet, safe, and green alternative to outboard motors, WaveJet is poised to revolutionize surfing forever.